Welcome to video 4 of the BCN System walkthrough. In this video, we'll be preparing to go live by checking our website for placeholder content, adding a live chat provider, setting up tax for your website, and setting up your holidays. When you think that your website is ready to go live, before giving us a call to let us know, go through each page on your website's front end, just to double check that you have content on each of your pages, that you don't have any placeholder text, and that your images have been added and are correct. Once you've checked through your pages, categories, and products, and you're happy with your website, after making any changes on the back end if it's required, we'll move on to setting your chat provider, just so that you're able to speak to customers and offer support if they're having problems, by way of a chat box at the bottom right of your page. Go back to the admin page, then on the left side menu, go to Settings, then Website. On the Website tab, scroll down to the bottom where you'll find the Website Live Chat Provider field. To begin using Jivochat, you can sign up for free by going to jivochat.com. When creating an account, you'll be given a snippet that will allow you to include the chat box into your system. If you've already continued past this page, you can find the snippet again by on the left menu, going to Manage, then clicking on your website link. Then on the left of the page, going to Installation, where you can find the snippet at the top. The only part of the snippet that's needed are the symbols at the end of the link, after the word widget and the /. Once you've copied the symbols, go back to your admin page, and when you've selected to use Jivochat, underneath in Jivo's site chat ID, paste in the snippet. Then at the top right of the page, make sure to save. That's it for Jivochat. Next, we'll go on to change your other settings. We have a multitude of other settings in these tabs, which allows you to change a whole host of options within the website that will allow you to change how your booking form works and how your customer interacts with your website. In walkthrough 3, you should have put through a test booking in your system as though you were a customer, just to experience the booking process and see if there's anything that you'd like to change within the settings. An example of one of these settings is that you can change your site to include tax or VAT. If this doesn't apply to you, go to the timestamp on the screen to go over setting up your holidays for days you're not accepting business for. To enable or edit tax on your website, within Settings Website, on the Website tab, scroll down to where you can find the settings to enable tax on your site. The first setting for tax allows you to select whether you want tax to be used on your website and how you want it to be calculated. Whether you want tax to be reduced from your price, if you've already done the calculations yourself and included the tax in your prices, or if you want tax to be calculated and added to your booking prices. If you change this setting to not use tax on your site, then the next 3 options will be disabled. With tax enabled, the second setting to do with tax allows you to edit the tax percentage used throughout your website. Just enter the number used for your tax percentage, without including the % symbol. Otherwise, when you try to save, there'll be an error. The next 2 tax options are visual changes for the front end of your website. The first option displays the total price of your product including tax underneath the base price when you're viewing an individual product. And the second of these settings displays the price of the product including tax whenever you're viewing the products in the category pages on the front end of your website. If you're in the US and you're using the new shopping basket, you can also have your tax automatically calculated from your customer's entered delivery address on the booking form. This then uses the setting in the website tab as the default value if the tax rate can't be found. The settings to enable the new shopping basket and the automatic tax lookup are found within Settings, then Shopping Basket, which has lots of settings which can be used to update the new shopping basket. We cover all of these settings within a different video, which will be linked to at the very end of the video. If you've already made a booking on your site and you viewed the booking in your admin page, on the right side, you can see the price table, where at the bottom, there are the options to edit the tax for the booking. The first of the 2 tax options is where you can edit the tax type for this booking. If you set the booking to not include tax, then the next field won't be visible and the tax will be set to 0. If you set the booking to use tax, then the field underneath can be used to edit the booking's tax percentage. Underneath this section, if you're in the US and your site is set up to use the Tax Lookup feature, then there'll be an additional section with a breakdown of the tax rate used on the booking, which is also where you can get the current rate for the entered delivery location, if you ever need to update the tax for this booking. Next, with our settings updated, we'll move on to setting up your holidays. Once again, go back to the admin page. On the left side menu, go to Settings, then Holidays, which is where you can set the days that you don't deliver. For example, if you don't do any deliveries or collections on Mondays, you can untick Mondays on the table underneath. Once that's complete, press the Save button underneath. You also might want to take off specific days like Thanksgiving or Christmas. So on the top right, enter the first and last day of your holiday. If you're only on holiday for one day, enter the same date into both fields. When you create a holiday for yourself, you can also set whether the customer can still make a booking for those days. Say for example, if you're busy from 2 PM onwards, you can let customers know not to set delivery times afterwards. That's it for the BCN system walkthroughs. The only thing that you need to do after watching this video is to check whether your site is ready to go live, and then contact support to let us know, where one of our exceptional support members will then guide you through the process. They'll give your website a look through and come back to you if there are any changes required. There'll also be a few questions that you'll be asked, mainly to do with your domain name, as your website link will change. You'll get an email with your new link in it. This is just a reminder to expect that to happen.